What is up, you guys? Let's celebrate 1,000 subscribers with a get ready with me, y'all. So yeah, we're just gonna chill and catch up. So I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has changed my life for the better. I deleted all my scrolling social media apps. My profiles are still searchable on Instagram and TikTok for like business purposes. I think I'm just gonna keep them on there. Basically, I deleted any apps that I found myself wasting a bunch of time scrolling for hours. So for me, that was Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. I deleted all of them from having access to them every day. The only time I ever open those up is if I need it for work. I'm a social media manager, so sometimes I need to be on the apps on my clients' accounts, but as far as my own personal usage, I don't really have access to them, and if I ever do, I access them through desktop. I've been living social media free for the past 30 days, and it has changed my life for the better, and I am not going back to downloading the apps, y'all. So why did I do this? Many reasons. I don't know exactly what my screen time was, but on average it was around 7 to 8 hours. A chunk of that was for work, but a good chunk of that was not for work. It was just me mindlessly scrolling. And if I were to add up all the hours, say I spent 4 hours scrolling mindlessly 7 days a week, 28 hours, y'all. I could have gotten a whole part-time job, paid off maybe all my credit cards if I wasn't so addicted to mindlessly scrolling on socials. I always knew this, right? Like I always knew that I wasted a lot of time, but I never did anything about it. I just kind of accepted the fact that I'm just one of those people, a part of the matrix. But recently, you guys, my grandpa died, and that has caused me to look at life differently. That whole event just reminds me that life is so short, and I don't want to waste years, because 28 hours, that is gonna compound, and that could amount to years I'm literally wasting being on my phone and not actually being out here and living life. And I refuse, because I am so much more aware now that every day we have the choice to literally change our lives. So I'm making a conscious decision to live my life to the fullest and not for the validation of others on social media, because the whole purpose of me being on socials to begin with, my Instagram is public, and I had my accounts to operate from a place of ego. I wanted validation, I wanted people to like my photos, I wanted to be noticed, and I love the attention, and that's just the truth. Part of me can say that I wanted to be able to have my photos somewhere so I won't forget the memories, but honestly, you guys, you could just take photos and not share them and still have those memories. So I was just wanting to get the likes, and I was just wanting to experience maybe even virality to a certain extent when I'm posting, but I no longer identify with that type of version of myself, as I've been able to do deeper healing and understanding where that wanting and need for validation comes from. Growing up, I have two extremely loving parents. They're both Filipino immigrants. They both came to America when they were in their 20s in pursuit of a better life and to start a family, and they did that, but in the process, my dad, my mom, they were always working, because I have 3 younger sisters, and we didn't have any money. Like my dad has, even to this day, has been working 2 jobs. He's rarely ever not working. My mom was in school while she was raising us, and they rarely ever gave me their undivided attention and time, and when they did, they weren't even really fully present. They were thinking about my sisters or about their parents or about work, and I just always wanted their attention. As I went about my life unconsciously, up until, recently, I was always trying to overcompensate that love through friends or through boyfriends or through teachers even. I just wanted validation, and I wanted to be cared about, because I just wanted that from my parents. Even though, of course, on paper, I was cared for. My parents put us all through college, all through school. Arguably, if you were to ask someone outside looking in, I look spoiled. And in ways, I could admit that I am, because I've been able to have a roof over my head all these years, and I've been able to eat. But at the same time, I still experienced my own form of pain and heartache by not having a close relationship with my dad or with my mom. And I just always wanted that. I'm 26 years old, and my parents are doing a great job of trying to be more aware of themselves, and I'm also doing my part to be present in their lives. Even if they won't necessarily show up for me like that, I still try to give my time. But because I've been able to put those pieces together, I no longer have to be in that constant cycle and looking for love outside of me. I am now validating myself, and I am who I am, and I am enough. And that is one of the mantras that I've been saying over and over again. I wouldn't have been able to come to this, at least at this point in my life, had I not done that. You know how like when you were a kid, everything seems almost so exciting and life seemed more vibrant, like visually? I feel like that's what's happening to me now, because today I was going on a walk and I didn't even realize this, but I lived right next to an Urban Outfitters for the past 3 months, and I didn't notice this because I wasn't fully present and looking at my surroundings. But that's not even the point, y'all. I went in the Urban Outfitters and the vibes were just so vibrant. I was able to smell everything and just really just bask in the ambiance of Urban Outfitters. I don't know, because when I was always on social media, I always got Urban Outfitter ads, or I always got makeup, clothes, so many fucking ads. And it's like when you're fed that all the time, you become desensitized to what that is, so you don't even look at it. You're always shown these things, whereas now I don't see that anymore. When I actually see things that I like in person, it's so beautiful. I don't know how to explain it, but I have that excitement again when I was like a kid. And that was honestly like my intention going into this. I just missed how life was when I was in middle school, right before social media took over. At least that was how old I was. I've taken it so far that I still have my iPhone. We got the flip. The Android flip phone. Scrolling on the flip, it's not as exciting, so it makes you not want to be on your phone. But it's a good phone. I've just I don't know why like these words are, I don't want to say triggering, but they're kind of like annoying to me. I'm deepening my spiritual journey. However, in this moment, I still very much want to use the terminology of Christianity. I'm not like a new age spiritual person. I very much still live my life with the overall message of Jesus being my savior and my overall compass and North Star in life. But anyway, the point is, I'm able to hear God more now, and I want to unlock all my spiritual gifts, and I want to use my mind to its fullest potential. And I really feel like social media was holding me the fuck back, because I was just constantly trying to be like everyone else. And if you don't want to end up like everyone else, you can't be doing what everyone else is doing. Because I have more free time or mental space, I've been wanting to do the things naturally that I did as a child. I've been playing Sims again. Like the other day, I just woke up and after my walk, I just went to Barnes & Noble's and I just read books, wanting to pick up new hobbies. And I didn't have that desire before. Or I did, but I never did anything about it. So now that I have this newfound freedom in myself, I'm actually doing things that I said I would do, and that's so empowering. Just to be transparent with my weight loss journey, you guys, I gained a bunch of weight again, and I'm essentially, like, scale-wise, I'm kind of back to where I started, but I'm not discouraged about it because I'm not comparing my journey to anyone else. When I was constantly on social media, I kind of justified it by being like, oh, I have all these fit inspirational people, but really I think it was doing more harm than good. If I ever need to look up a workout or what I eat in a day, I'll look it up on YouTube and I'll like take notes. But before, I would constantly be fed a certain image of what I wanted to look like, and I was always subconsciously comparing myself to that person or to other people, even if I thought I wasn't. You see the same thing over and over again, you start to identify with it. So I stopped doing that, and it's allowing me to just stay in my lane and to just enjoy the process. I feel like I've been doing all the right things as far as like going to the gym and eating good for the most part. The real reason why I'm not losing weight is because I need to do better being consistent with my caloric deficit. But granted, my grandpa just died and I have been emotionally eating. That's also me making excuses, but I'm gonna give myself some grace. Like, I've been eating with my family. I'm Filipino. That's just what you do. That's how we heal, or that's how I've been healing. The reason why I haven't been able to let go of this weight is because I still have some deeply rooted emotional trauma that I haven't fully processed or let go of. Everything that's happened for me up until this point, I've accepted it, I've come to terms with it, I'm at peace. However, I don't think I fully processed all those emotions, which in turn they manifested into weight, specifically in my belly. And I learned that most of the sicknesses and ailments that you have, you do that to yourself. Whether it's like you holding on to resentment or not forgiving someone, over time, when that is not processed or let go, it becomes physical in your body. I've been looking for all these external factors to help me lose the weight and to be a certain way, when really I was supposed to be looking inwards, healing myself from the inside first. So with that, I've been doing a lot more intentional breath work. I didn't really know what breath work was. I always thought, oh, you just breathe and like you're better. Like that makes no fucking sense. But I learned this breathing technique past few days. I've been feeling uneasiness in my belly area and I've been intentionally breathing. So what that looks like is I get in a safe space and I just quiet all the noises. My phone's not in there with me. It's just me and God. And I breathe into the part of my body that I want to put love and attention to. I was breathing into my belly and just doing that until I started getting downloads, y'all. It was crazy what happened yesterday because memories of things that people said about my body or past partners, things that they said about my body started coming up. And it wasn't like I had a visceral reaction and I was like, oh, fuck them. I was crying cathartically because I was like, wow, I guess I didn't fully process the emotions of what happened then. I was always alone in these situations and through that manifested in weight because I physically wanted to protect myself. So I gained weight around my belly. I don't know, it may sound crazy, you guys, but basically all my life I was always compared to other people, whether it was by my parents, by my teachers, boyfriends, y'all. Like I have been cheated on countless times, and with that always struck that wound of never being good enough and always having to be compared to someone else and just never being enough for myself. I stopped identifying with someone that I wanted to look like and I just like literally let myself go, because it was like even at my skinniest or at my best, I still wasn't good enough for my partners that I had at the time. I still wasn't good enough for my parents because there was a time, y'all, when I was super skinny. Naturally, I wasn't doing anything, but they accused me of having like an eating disorder, and it didn't matter how I looked like, if I was fat or fucking skinny. Someone always had something to say, and I let that consume me. I wasn't mentally capable of quieting those voices and being like, no, I am enough, and no matter what you say, I'm beautiful. And what the fuck is that? Sorry, y'all. I see all the positives that social media does, especially for businesses, and if you're someone who wants to be an entrepreneur and wants to be able to live life on your own terms, finding clients on social media, like that's the way to go. But with that being said, y'all, it's like I am currently a social media manager. That's just kind of where I'm at right now, but because I know that my life is so much more vibrant and fulfilling when I'm not creating my whole life based off of social media, I'm consciously changing the directory of my career. To help pay my bills, I find it really fun to do sponsored videos and UGC videos and things like that for products that I actually fuck with, but I don't want that to be my whole life. I get the most fulfillment when I'm helping someone, better their lives, which is why I still make YouTube videos. I want to be able to do that on a one-on-one basis. I want to help, who knows, maybe get a life coaching certification and help people one-on-one, or I don't know, you guys. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I know that I want to be able to work with people face to face. I don't want to put myself in a position where I have to sell myself out to make money. I was literally addicted to social media for 10 years because I remember when I was in middle school, and that's when Facebook came out, and I was one of the first people to ever get a Facebook and get a Snapchat, at least in my school. And I was using those apps literally to this day, and I'm 26 years old. So probably a little over 10 years I've been on social media, and I'm free. I'm free. I don't need to do that anymore. I choose to live life like this, y'all. I hope this inspires you in some way. You don't have to be like me. You could literally just take a detox and see how your life changes. You will be surprised. You will be surprised at how your relationships change, how much more present you are, how much more downloads you're receiving. I could almost guarantee you're gonna have some sort of epiphany at the end of the day, every day, by deleting social media, and you'll just be more present with all the things you're doing. All that to say, you guys, I have so much thankfulness and gratitude with the way technology is ever evolving. Being able to know how to use these resources to your advantage, to where it's not taking over your life, can be very beneficial. However, just always know where your boundaries are with that and just operate from a place of love. But I thank you so much for just always supporting me, just being friends on here, and I hope to see you guys really soon. Bye.